Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jason and I talk about all things accounting. So if you're an accountant, especially if you're studying for the CPA exams, you might want to stick around. And if you're not, feel free to stay as well, and I think you will learn a thing or two. I haven't really been active on social media except on Instagram. And if you follow me there, you know that I just got through business season at work alive. I want to make a separate video talking about my experience during my very first business season. So if you are thinking about working in public accounting, make sure that you subscribe to my channel below so you will be notified when that video is uploaded. As I mentioned earlier, I haven't been active on YouTube because I've been busy at work. But now that things are kind of slowing down, I want to start making videos again. So the other day, as I was looking through my account, I watched the very first video that I made about a year ago. I titled it 4 Things to Do Before Taking the CPA Exams. Hi, thanks for visiting my channel. This is Jason and I would like to share 4 important things that you have to do before you even take the CPA exam. Now, you're probably watching this because you're thinking about taking the CPA exam or you're already taking it. Either way, these 4 things are very helpful. It's a very short video, so today I want to make a 2020 version of it. A lot of things have happened since I made that video. I passed all 4 sections, started my full-time job in public accounting, survived my first business season, and talked to some people at work who are still taking the exam. So I have a different perspective and I just want to share them to those who are taking the exams in 2020. By the way, if you like this video, please consider giving a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about the 4 things that you have to do or to consider when taking the CPA exams. Number 1, find a review course that works best for you. I'm not going to tell you which one is the best because I truly believe that it really depends on the person. So if the company that you work for pays for your review material, then I guess you don't have to worry about picking one. If that's the case, feel free to fast forward to number 2. But if you have the materials paid for, but it is not helping you pass, then hear me out. There are so many options out there, and you want to be really smart in picking which one to get. Some are really popular, but they're expensive, and some of them are not as popular, but not as expensive either. Here is the list of the most common review materials out there. The best thing about all of them is that they offer free trials. So you can literally try all of them so you get the feel of the software. So I am one of those people who are lucky enough to not have to pay for the review materials. My firm paid for Becker, and so that's what I used. I did get a chance to use Rogers as well, but I just didn't vibe with it. They had 2-minute lectures and the books are just way too thick. The one thing I love about Roger though is he's so fun to watch. Super entertaining, which makes a huge difference when you're studying in the middle of the night or early morning. So if you like that, then Roger might be your best option. But I have heard negative feedback that it's not the same anymore since after they're acquired by UWorld. So you might want to check that out. I've also heard great things about Wiley and Surgent. And if you don't want to spend a lot of money on review materials, then you can also check out Ninja. Some people say that you can pass all 4 with just that, but others say that Ninja should be used as a supplement. I'm going to put the links for these review courses in the description down below so you can check them out yourself. But if money is no object for you, consider using Becker. A full disclaimer, they are not paying me to do this video. So this is just my personal experience. Becker software is so user-friendly and very straightforward. They don't have a ton of video lectures, and they're not super long either. The books are not terribly thick. I did get the newest version of the books, which I really like, but they are thicker than what I used last year when I studied, which makes sense because there are new updates every year. So as far as picking the review material, let me reiterate that you have to pick the one that works best for you. I know they're expensive, but don't just buy the cheapest one you could find if it doesn't fit your learning style. Because you might end up failing, and retaking the exam over and over again would be more expensive than just paying a little bit more to get the right review materials for you. Number 2, Create a study plan. Because of the nature of this exam, you can't just go with the flow. You need to sit down and really plan ahead. So there are 4 sections and you have 18 months to pass. Starting July 2020, they are implementing the continuous exam. It means that you can take the same section more than once in the same quarter. So this is how it works. With the old rule, you can't take the same exam in the same quarter. So let's say that I take FAR in January and failed. I can't retake it until April, which is the start of the second quarter, which I think sucks because you would have forgotten a lot of the materials by then. So with the continuous testing, you can literally take the exam the day after you find out you failed it or after your score is released by NASBA. This is actually really good because you don't have to wait for months to retake. Especially if you scored a 74, then you don't need 2 or 3 months to review. You just need a little bit more push and then you're ready to take it again. So when you make a study plan, make sure that you have deadlines. I strongly suggest that you schedule your exams and then work backwards. That way you can't make any excuses. So say you want to pass it by the end of the summer. Get your calendar, pick a date, go to Prometrics website, schedule it, and boom, you're good to go. You can then work backwards and make your study schedule. So let's say you have 5 weeks between now and then. You can divide the study materials to say 2 chapters a week. The good thing about doing this is it makes you accountable. Because you already have a test date, you can't afford to screw around and be lazy. Some people study for the exam for weeks or months, and then when they're ready, they go ahead and schedule their exam date. The problem with that approach is you will never feel ready, at least not fully ready. Your mind will trick you into thinking that you don't know enough and that you will never know enough to pass, but you just have to trust yourself that you know more than you think you do. Number 3, know why you are doing this. This is a very important question that you need to answer before you take the exam. Trust me when I say this exam is not easy at all. The whole process is designed to make you doubt yourself. In the next few months of your studying, you will doubt your intelligence no matter how smart you think you are. You might even hate yourself for spending more time studying instead of hanging out with your family and friends and living life to the fullest. But if you know exactly why you are doing this, you are more motivated to get this done. Your why could be something personal, like you want to make your parents and all your family proud. Maybe you just want to prove to yourself that you're capable of passing one, if not the hardest exam in the US. Or maybe you need this to get a promotion that you've been waiting for, or a raise. But whatever that is, keep it in your heart and your mind, because you will certainly need to remind yourself that over and over again throughout this process. Number 4, find people who will make you accountable. This exam requires a lot of self-discipline, and the key word being a lot. If you have this, then you're in a good spot. But if you're like me, who is easily distracted, then you need to do something to keep your head in the game. There's so many people on Instagram who created an account specifically for the CPA exams. This is what I did last year too when I started. Getting connected to people across the country who are going through the same struggles really reminded me that I was not alone. I'm not saying that you should create an account, but if you decide to do so, then that's great. If you haven't yet, make sure you follow the accounts that I will list in the description below if you need people who will keep you accountable throughout your CPA journey. Alright, that's all I have for you today, and I hope that those 4 things will help you in your CPA journey. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below or send me a message on Instagram. That's all. Have a good day.